Many moons ago, when I was in the U.S. Army's military police school at Fort McClellan, Alabama, I went through several courses designed at certifying us so that we could go on to become fully functional military police men and women. One of these courses that I underwent was a course called Unarmed Self-Defense, and in that class, we were taught several techniques known as non-lethal takedown methods. In other words, the ways to arrest people without killing them. Awesome. Now, one of these tactics that sticks in my head after all these years was a tactic called the gooseneck come along. And it's a technique, kind of a pseudo martial arts technique where you quickly grab hold of and control of the subject's hand and arm by putting the MP's arm between the person's arm and body and the other arm on the other side of the person's arm and body to where you're holding their hand in your hands like a sandwich. And then you kind of do this to hyperflex their wrist like a goose's neck. And that hyperflexion causes a lot of pain on the tendons and muscles in the person's arm, making them very willing to do whatever it is you tell them to do. Or bend their wrist like a goose, they will come along with you wherever you tell them to go. That's the whole point of it. I had gotten really good at doing the gooseneck come along. I practiced it on my fellow trainee. Really hurts, really works. I got really agile at getting in there, getting into the gooseneck come along, making it work. Flash forward to Camp Casey, South Korea, my first duty station. And I remember responding to or getting a call that there was a bar fight happening. So we get to the bar fight, and ordinarily in an arrest situation, since there really aren't guns involved in Korea, you get to a bar fight, you're just going to grab people, apprehend them, and sort everything out after you've kind of broken up the fight. But we get to this one particular fight, and there was so much going on, it was just like something out of a movie with chairs flying and glass breaking and everything else, that we could not do the 2-to-1 or whatever ratio needed to be able to safely apprehend and detain people. So we had to kind of go 1-to-1. And so, me being the gung-ho soldier that I was, I eye up a target and go, that's the guy, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna do the gooseneck come along. I run up to this guy, he's looking at me, I go into my move, wham wham bam bam, in the blink of an eye, I got him in the come along. And I'm just cranking down on it, just And while I'm doing this, I happen to look over, because we were shoulder to shoulder with the guy while I'm doing the maneuver on him, and he's looking me dead in the eye like, dude, what are you doing? He's got the most confused look on his face as to what it was that I was doing to him. And I'm just busy, and there's nothing, no reaction. And it was at that moment that I realized that the gooseneck come along only works on sober people.